There's only one thing that can save Call of Duty, and it's this. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Blank Online, here today to chat to you about the best thing coming out of the Call of Duty franchise that has nothing to do with Activision Infinity Ward, a Treyarch or Sledgehammer, and that's SM2, baby. I haven't done a video on SM2 in quite some time, but there's a lot of news that has come out in regards to the game's development. Still no release date, but there's a lot of interesting things that we can go through, and a lot of cool things that we can touch on here in regards to SM2. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here is the official SM2 Twitter page, and if you're not following them, it's at SM2Game on Twitter. But here we have a thread from all the way back on the 28th of August, which just exactly shows you exactly how long it's been since I've covered this game. But without further ado, let's sort of look into everything they've got here. Introducing Operators. We got Operators are a collection of player skins that will be available at launch and will feature some of the most iconic characters from the series. They will be unlockable with credits or unlocked through our soon to be revealed seasonal progression system. Now, again, this is very interesting and a lot different to what we have now in Call of Duty. Obviously in Call of Duty now we do have Operators, but a lot of your Operators, or I guess the cooler skins of those Operators, are unlocked through things like $30 bundles. What's good about SM2 and what we know about SM2 is that nothing will be purchasable through payable credits. So all this credit system that they're talking about here is all things you earn in game by doing things like challenges, for example. So that's good there. Obviously we're gonna have Captain Price as an operator, which you can see right here. This is the man himself. In the background there, they look like just some generic Navy SEAL soldiers, or some generic Task Force 141 soldiers, which is fine, not giving too much away there. But we're obviously going to see some classic characters return, things like Ghost, Sir McTavish, potentially even some Black Ops characters in there as well, like Woods and Mason. So that's going to be really cool to see there. Obviously, if you've been keeping up with SM2, it's a best of Call of Duty game, so you're going to have the best characters from the franchise, and Captain Price is definitely one of the most iconic. What'll be interesting as well is to see if maybe there's going to be different character outfits. So we could get Classic Price, we could get Modern Warfare 2019 Price in there as well. Sort of wait to be seen, and obviously unlock through the soon to be revealed seasonal progression system. Seemingly this is going to be some sort of battle pass system, I assume, much like the one we have now within Call of Duty, except this one's going to be free, so seasonal and free. It's going to be interesting as well to see what the seasonal is. Is it going to be like current Call of Duty, where it's every couple of months or so and then there's going to be a new season, or is it seasonal based on the holiday of the time, whether that, when, say for example, if this game launches around November time, then we'll get our first seasonal Christmas season, and then we'll get a New Year's season, and then we'll get a St. Patrick's Day season. I don't know. Sort of wait to be seen. But Operators are coming, and they're going to be a big part of the game in terms of customization, which is very cool. The next update we have here is an Arsenal update. So we're expanding the inspection feature, which is originally unique to melee weapons, to standard weaponry. We're not sure yet if inspects will be available on every weapon, but we'll make sure the ones that are featured in specs in their original game will return. So weapon inspects are obviously a big part of Call of Duty at the moment, especially if you have a really cool skin and you want to show it off, or if you're a content creator and you're doing weapon inspects to make thumbnails and that sort of stuff. It's a big thing. It's interesting to note that it's not going to be on every single weapon. I assume it's not going to be on weapons that never had it in the first place. So obviously SM2 is a modded Call of Duty client, so they're taking assets from different games in a legal way in order to create this game. So I'd assume that you'd only see weapon inspects from games that had the weapon inspect feature. So for example, games like Modern Warfare 2, maybe there'll be a couple of weapons that will have an inspect, but maybe not entirely all of them. Whereas a game, say for example, if there are weapons from Cold War in there, then you'd assume that most of those weapons would have their original weapon inspect animation in there for the game. So again, not something completely game-changing in terms of a feature, not something completely game-changing in terms of I'm never gonna buy this game because I can't weapon inspect anything, or I can't inspect all my guns in this game. It's not really anything like that. It's just nice to know inspections there, and it's not just on melee weapons, which is a good thing. Alrighty, here we have some interface tweaks. So before we watch that little clip and react to it, let's have a look at what they've got. So since our last showcase video, we've made quite a few changes to the in-game hub. We've revamped the score pop-ups, headshot markers, score bar, outcome screens, and more. And this is, yes, it's looking very, very different to what we've seen. This quality is awful. I'm gonna play it in the little one. It looks very different. If you guys watched my previous SM2 video where we reacted to the sniping gameplay, you'll know how different this already looks to, you know, I would just play it on big, and how awful this quality is. You already know how different this looks to what we've seen before, but let's just give it a watch. Give it a good old watch. And yeah, that looks very different. Looks very, very Call of Duty Ghosts. So it's not so much inspired by Modern Warfare 2 anymore. This looks very Call of Duty Ghosts, which is fine. It's not a bad thing. And that big sort of bomb icon in the bottom there is again very different to what we've seen before. I sort of assume that's going to change as well. And again, this sort of score banner here is very Call of Duty Ghosts as well. So a lot of inspiration from Ghosts. Even this game ending kill cam is very Ghosts as well. You can see the PDW57 there. I assume that's the name of the pistol, but I hope not, because the PDW is one of my favorite weapons. Using the Honey Badger weapon as well, but with the BAL 25 icon in the bottom right there. And then as well as that, the HUD on the bottom right's changed as well. Not so much the top right where you can see like the first blood and that sort of stuff. And definitely the score is different as well from what we've seen previously. So all good stuff there. All right, this next one. So this is going to be something that I have to sort of point out here. I'm actually going to go on the SM2 Discord and show you guys exactly what I mean. Right, so this is the SM2 Discord. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to join this. It's a pretty cool group where you get basically all of the announcements for what's going on in SM2. And this is in regards to Modern Warfare 2 ownership in order to play SM2. Now, before this point, we didn't really know whether or not you had to have Modern Warfare 2 already, or whether or not this client would be a free client, much like your projects such as Plutonium, for example. But now it's known, and now in order to sort of, I guess the best way to put it is keep it legal, in order for SM2 to happen, you will have to have a Steam copy of Modern Warfare 2 in order to play. Now, Modern Warfare 2 is not all that expensive. You can find it on certain key shops and that sort of stuff, very cheap. If you buy it straight from Steam, it's quite expensive, to be honest with you. But as I said, you can find a Steam key from all these different key shops, like CD Keys, for example, and it's not that expensive. So you will need to purchase Modern Warfare 2 on PC in order to play SM2. But again, it's something that the developers had to do in order to allow this game to continue. And I like that they note here, of course, SM2 itself will remain free and will not feature any kind of microtransactions, as we've always stated. This will never change, which again is a good thing. So these guys don't even make money from you buying Modern Warfare 2. Activision makes money from you buying Modern Warfare 2 in the legal way. This is just so that these guys can continue to work on the project. And if you want the project to come out, it's just that you're gonna have to sacrifice a couple bucks to buy Modern Warfare 2 on PC. Again, there's no release date, so there's no rush to buy it. It's just that when it eventually does come out, you're gonna have to have Modern Warfare 2 on PC, which again is not the worst thing in the world, because it's not that expensive. The last bit of this thread here that I wanted to have a look at is just these 3 screenshots. So let's have a look at these weapons. These are in a lot better quality than that video that we just watched. But obviously you have here Skid Row, and then you have the H-bar from Advanced Warfare, which is cool. I like that. I like the H-bar a lot. Next up, we have what looks like, nah, I may be wrong here. This is either the, for whatever reason, this is reminding me of the Cold War C58 because of the sightline and just the way that the gun looks in general. But this could also be the G36, or this could also be the FAL. I'm not too sure. It does have the icon of the BAL 27, so assumably we're going to get the BAL 27 as well. But yes, and then the final screenshot we have here, I have no fucking clue what this is. This could potentially be I don't want to say an AA-12, but it kind of looks like it, especially with the mag. It's definitely a shotgun. but I'm not too sure exactly what this could be. But it definitely looks like a shotgun, and my dog is barking in the background, which is fine, and we'll continue on from there. The next one I sort of want to have a look at just a couple more weapons. So these are 2 new weapons that are going to be in the game. We have the M1 Irons, which is a handgun, of course. Again, interesting things to note from these screenshots will be the weapon level. So obviously we're going to get level progression in terms of weapons, which is a staple feature in Call of Duty nowadays, which is good to see. Apparently it does do a flippy flip. Hang on a sec. Can we have a look at this here? This little video that we got here in awful quality. It shoots. It does a flippy flip when you pick it up. Look at that. Nice. Good stuff there, everybody. And then the next weapon we have here is the AK-74U. Looks to be very COD 4. I don't know which 74U they're taking from whatever Call of Duty they're taking from. It looks very COD 4. Could even be... It doesn't look like the Black Ops 1 74U either. I'm gonna put my bet on the COD 4 74U, but I could be completely wrong. And the final thing I want to sort of look at here is the prestige icons. So let's have a look at what we've got here, because there's a couple of things to break down. So you've got your prestige icons from Call of Duty 4 to Black Ops 4. Obviously Cold War's not in there. I don't know if Cold War is going to be added in there in the future, or say for example the Vanguard ones, if they're going to be added into the future. But for right now, we have from COD 4 to Black Ops 4. If you look at the top of your screen there, you got prestige icons, you got calling cards and emblems. So assumingly all of these things, say for example you get to prestige 1, once you get to prestige 1, all of these prestige icons will unlock, or they're going to have a system like Cold War where you have prestige tokens to then unlock the ones you want. But it's really cool to have all of these from prestige 1 to prestige 10. So assumingly there's going to be 10 prestiges within SM2, which is good. I like 10 prestiges, very classic, very good. What I think is interesting as well is that they don't have, since it's only 10, they don't have your 10 to 20, which a lot of these Call of Duties did have as well. For example, Black Ops 2, they don't have the Prestige Master icon there, which in Cold War would look like Prestige 11 in that game. So again, potential for this to go further, potential for there to be more prestiges. This is just what we've got right now, and if you can look at the bottom here on the image where it says use default prestige icon, so there's obviously going to be SM2's own prestige icons in the game. These are just optional if you want to use the classic ones. I know a lot of people love using the classic ones. I like using the classic ones. Personally, I've never gotten a prestige master in Cold War, so I've never gotten the opportunity to use a prestige token to unlock one of these. But if I would, it would definitely be the Black Ops 2 prestige master icon. That is my all-time favorite prestige icon of all Call of Duties. Either that or the Black Ops 1 prestige 14. I want to say it's 14, the one with the diamond and the skull and the diamond. That's probably my second favorite one. What you get is not here either. But yeah, so these are the unlockable prestige icons here. They also don't have the blackout prestige icons either from Black Ops 4. Again, whether or not that gets added, sort of wait and see here. But it's cool that everything here is available in the game. Again, it is a best of Call of Duty game, so it makes sense for all of your best prestige emblems to be within this game. But that's gonna do it for today's little SM2 update, the game that will save Call of Duty. I am super stoked for this game. I am beyond excited for what this team will do next. It's great to see that there's just passionate fans that want to make Call of Duty great again, and this is the result of it. Like, you see all the work and the effort they're putting in. They're legitimately taking the Model 42 engine and then just redesigning it from there. So what they're doing is incredible, and I'm super stoked to see what they've got next. Obviously, there's no release date of the game yet, but in a way that's a good thing, because these guys can just work on the game. They don't have to sort of work to a deadline. They can just make the game as good as possible, and the game will come out when the game's ready to come out. So I'm not too fussed about that. I can cope with a little bit of Battlefield 2042 up until this game comes out. But yeah, if you want to see all of this and more, links in the description down below for the SM2 YouTube page, SM2 Twitter, and SM2 Discord that you can join as well. There's a good little community going on there. So if you want to join that, feel free to do so. But yeah, If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like, comment down below what's the most exciting thing you saw here from all the new SM2 news. Well, not new, but all the SM2 news. And click subscribe for more SM2 coverage. We got the Battlefield 2042 beta coming up soon, so pretty much all my videos up until this point, up until the end of the Battlefield 2042 beta, will be Battlefield 2042. So if you want to keep locked up on that, make sure you click that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Me and Lil J, we Scotty MJ. Bashing the rock, we here in the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 bays. Here come the bastards, 21 days. Gun you boy, I know he's a waste. Baby, I know that you want a little taste. I know you want all the bass in your face. Brand new bag and brand new nails. Me and Lil J, we Scotty MJ. Bashing the rock, we here in the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 bays. Here come the bastards, 21 days.